Hello everybody, my name is Ekarin Suethanuwong. The topic I'm gonna teach you today is pivot table and dashboard in Microsoft Excel. Have you ever used pivot table and dashboard in Microsoft Excel before? Why do we need pivot table and dashboard in Microsoft Excel? Let me tell you a story. You will understand why do we need pivot table and dashboard in Microsoft Excel. Assuming that you are currently working at the Muay Thai equipment company. This company is international business that sells sport gear or sport equipment of Muay Thai all around the world. How many products does this company sell? This company sells 8 main products. The first product is boxing glove. This is used for punching in training. Item number 2, shin guard. Shin guard is used for protecting your leg when you make sparring with your training partner. Item number 3 is Muay Thai short. It's a short for Muay Thai training. Item number 4 is Thai kicking pad. This is pad for training not only kicking but also knee, elbow and punching. Item number 5 is belly pad. This is pad for training front kick, knee and also punching to the belly. Item number 6, this is focus mid or boxing punch. The trainer use this equipment to train punching. Item number 7 is hand wrap. When you are in training, you need to wear hand wrap or you need to wrap your hand with this equipment to protect your finger bone. Item number 8 is elbow guard. When you would like to make sparring with your training partner and also would like to train elbow with your training partner and you make sparring, you need to use elbow guard to protect your body or your face or your forehead from elbow. You will not get injured when using elbow in training. Each product have different size and color. For boxing glove, have 3 size, 12, 14, 16 with 3 color, black, red and blue. For shin guard, has 4 size, S, M, L, XL with 3 color, black, red and blue. For Muay Thai short has M, L, XL size with 4 color, black, red, white and blue. Thai kicking pad, belly pad, focus mid and hand wrap and elbow guard. All of this has only one size, standard size with 3 color, black, red and blue. As I mentioned previously, the company is international business that sell products all around the world. The company has 6 locations. The headquarters of this company is located in Trang in Thailand. Here. The company has 5 branches distributed all around the world that are Chiang Mai, Singapore, Beijing, London, and New York in United States. The company has been ever growing. At the beginning of the year 2019, you got promoted to be sales and marketing manager. At the end of the year 2019, 1 year later, your boss, CEO, Chief Executive Officer, asked you for an annual sales report and would like you to present the annual sales performance of the year 2019. You start thinking how you can get all sales data in the whole year 2019 from all branches and headquarters. You realize that you can retrieve all sales data in a spreadsheet file of Microsoft Excel format from the company database server. After you get the file contains a large amount of sales data with more than 100,000 orders. In our case, each record represents one sales order. That means each order ID represents one sales order. You know by yourself that you can use formula in Microsoft Excel very well. Example of Microsoft Excel formula: sum, average, max, min, and so on. However, you realize that if you using this kind of formula in Microsoft Excel, you will waste your time, you will spend a lot of time, and you can get human error to use the formula to summarize such a huge cell data that is very time consuming, and you start thinking you ever got training about pivot table in Microsoft Excel before. Using pivot table in Microsoft Excel, you can summarize the source data with just a few clicks. You don't need to use formula. You don't need to create a formula by yourself or your own anymore. That means you can get rid of such human error. The pivot table is a table that summarize raw data or transaction data, such as sum, average, count, or other statistics into a meaningful way. With the pivot table of Microsoft Excel, absolutely, you will save your time and get no human error from creating the formula of Microsoft Excel. Pivot table is one of Microsoft Excel tools that is used to create a meaningful report and interactive chart or dashboard. You can download your source file in the IT subject at the e-learning website of our university. Please go to ms2.psu.ac.th. Yeah, you need to get into our e-learning website or ms2.psu.ac.th. Click here to download the spreadsheet file in Microsoft Excel format. This is the source file of Muay Thai sale data. Okay, I rename the file into Muay Thai sale data backup. And you make a copy, right click on the file and select copy, and then right click on your desktop and click paste. Okay, this one is a copy version. You need to rename, delete, backup name. You will get the Muay Thai sale data as the file name. This is a backup version. This is not backup version. Double click on the file that is not the backup version. Why we need to create a backup version? If you have any mistake in the file that you are working on, and you can go back to get the original file from the backup version file. The file contains all sales data in the whole year 2019. Start from 1 January 2019 to the last record 31 December 2019. Before you start create a pivot table, you must ensure that your source data is already cleaned up. How do we clean up the source data? If your source data is not cleaned up yet, you need to clean up your source data. Item number 1 to number 7 are instructions that tell you how to clean up your source data. The first instruction, your data must be in a tabular format. That means you get row and columns like in a table, and the first row is a header. Number 2, if you see the blank row like this, the row number 6, you see the blank row, you need to remove it. Or if you see the blank in the column, you also need to remove it. Number 3. Number 4, if you see the value is not the number in the Excel, you see here, you have a triangle on the top left corner in the cell. That means your data 88 is not the number that is in a string format. You need to convert this data into the number. And number 5, if you see the triangle on the top left corner in cells, that means the data in the cell is in string format. You need to convert into the data type that you need. In this case, you need to convert this data into the date format in Microsoft Excel. And number 6, if you see the blank in date column, you need to fill in the date data. And last but not least, you see the top row, you should rename column header in the top row. And the item number 8 is not in part of clean up your sort data. Item number 8, we will talk about this in the next section. Before creating a pivot table, we need to make the sort data into the table. How we can do that? That is very simple. Let me show you. Open the source file. You can see you need to make sure that the currently active cell is in the part of your sort data. Now, the currently active cell is B4 here, you see, and then click on the insert menu and choose the table tool like this. You can see the dialog box appear. Click on the OK button. The Microsoft Excel program automatically know the whole area of your source data. Look at the top row. You can see the top row was highlighted as the table header. Now we already have the source data in a table form. You can change table theme as you like this, you see. Let me show you. Click on the design. You can see there are several themes that you can choose as you like. For example, I click on this theme. You see the result. What happened? I prefer to use the default theme like this. And then you must rename the table. Sale 2019. Enter. And now your table have the name to Sale 2019. Now we are going to create several pivot table and chart. We start from sales revenue trend. That is very simple. Just click on the pivot table tool under the insert menu. Let me show you. Click on insert here, insert menu, you see, and you will see the pivot table tool on the left side. Click on the pivot table tool. You see the Microsoft Excel program will get the table name by default. Click OK. The Microsoft Excel program will create a new tab named Sheet 1. You need to change the names. Sales revenue and enter. Now we are at the page number 23. We already changed the worksheet's name to be sales revenue trend like this. Move the new worksheet by drag the new worksheet to the right side next to the order 2019. Look at the pivot table field on the right side. Drag the field revenue to the value area. You can see on the left side, this is a result after you drag the revenue to the value area, and then drag the date to the row area. You can see the result on the left side, and then you can filter by products. Drag the product to the filter area. You can see you want to see only chin card, or you want to see the result from all. This is the sum of revenues that you can see. That means this is the sum revenue of all products. You can see on the left side, the column I will change to the months. I will rename this table header in the first column to months. And then we are at the page number 25. Look at on the left side, and then 27, you see there is months and year on the left side. We need to group this into the months and year. Okay, click on any data into the first column, and then right click, select group menu. Be sure that months and year selected. Click OK button. You can see what happened. There are only months, name, and year. You see, because our data source contain only data in the year 2019. That means we have only data in the year 2019. We are going to format the sum of revenue value. Click on any of data in the sum revenue column. Right click, and you can see the menu value field setting. Click on that menu, and we are going to format the number. Click on the number format button. You can see, click on the number, and then if we look at the slide in the page number 23, you can see we format the value to use separator, comma, and decimal place to be 0. Click here and decrease the number to be 0 and click OK and OK again. Look at the result. We are at the page number 29. You can see we are going to create a pivot chart from the pivot table that we have just created. Click on the Analyze and you can see the pivot chart tool here. Click on that. What chart we are going to do? Look at the slide. We are going to select the line chart. Okay, click on the line menu on the left side. Click OK. Now we are at the page number 31. We are going to hide or fill button. You see the button on the chart. Click on the any button on the chart and right click and you can see high value fill button on the chart. Okay, we need to click on the chart again one more. Oh, sorry. Okay, we need to hide all, not only one axis. Hide not only one field, but we need to hide all field button on chart. You can see the result and click on the plus sign button on the right upper right corner. And if we go to the slide, you can see before and after. Okay, I think we untick legend. We click on the guideline and untick the primary measure horizontal and tick the fourth one primary minor vertical. You can see the result change accordingly. We don't have the value in the vertical axis. I think we go to x vertical like this. You see we don't have the number in the vertical axis. And then okay, that's all. And then click on the total. We need to change the chart title. Revenue trend for 2019. That's all. Okay, and then click save. We are the page number 33. You can see there are two questions. Which month did the company make the highest and lowest revenue? When you see in the pivot chart, you can see the lowest revenue in February. The highest revenue should be in March. Now we are at the page number 34. We are going to create pivot table and chart for sales revenue by branch. Similar to what we did before, click on the order 2019. We are going to create a pivot table. Click on the insert menu. You can see pivot table on the top left corner. Click here and you don't need to change anything because the Microsoft Excel program will automatically get the table sale 2019 for you. Click on the OK button. You are ready to create a pivot table. Select the field in the pivot table field on the right hand side. If we look at the slide, you can see at the page number 38 what field we're gonna select: products, revenue, and sale branch. I start from revenue, drag the revenue to the value area. You see the result on the left hand side and drag the sale branch into the row area. You can see the result on the left hand side. And then we need the filter. We need the filter. We drag the product into the filter area. You can see you can select a specific product. For example, Shinka. The sum of revenue will change to show only a Shinka for each branch. But in our case, we will start from all products. This is some revenue of all products in each branch. We want to rename the header to be branch. We are going to format the value in the sum of revenue column. Right click on the any value in the sum of revenues and go to value field setting, and you can see the dialog box appear, and click on the number format button and select to the number because we want to format the number, and we need to use comma or separator, and then we don't want to have decimal point. Okay, we set decimal place to be 0. Click on the OK, click OK button again. You can see the result. The number in the sum of revenue value show separator, and there is no any decimal point. We are at the page number 42. You see 42, we are going to create a pivot chart. That's very simple. Click on any value in the pivot table, and then click on the pivot chart under the tab Analyze. Here, what kind of chart we gonna have? According to the slide, we gonna create bar chart. Okay, and you see, like we did before, we want to hide or button on the chart. Click on the button, right click again, hide or fill button on the chart. You can see there is no button on the chart because we hide them. We are at the page number 44. You can see before configuration and after configuration. We will change the chart element on the pivot table. Click on the chart. You can see the plus sign button on the upper right corner. Click on the plus sign button. Axis, and we remove. We remove. Okay, we don't want the primary horizontal. You see the difference. And then we don't need legend, and we don't need guideline as well. We want data label, and then by default it's used outside. And okay, we change the chart title. Click on this text box and then type sales revenue by branch for 2019. Okay, and then click save. And then we would like to sort the value in sum of revenue from highest to smallest. Right click on any value in the sum of revenue column. Right click and then select source menu and choose source largest to smallest. You can see this is the largest value, this is the smallest value, but in the bar chart that show in opposite direction. Click on the branch name on the bar chart. Right click and then select format axis and click on the category in reverse order. We need to reverse the order. You can see the largest value now is on the top of the bar chart. That is correct. And now you see we want to increase the width of the bar. It seems to be small. It's very narrow. You want to increase the width of the bar. Click on the bar and right click, select should be format data series, and then we have to decrease gap width. What is the gap width? The gap width should be here. This is the gap width. When we decrease the gap width to be smaller, that means we increase the width of the bar. Okay, we are at the page number 49. 49. There are two questions. Now we can answer easily. Which brand has the lowest revenue? Which brand has the highest revenue? From the bar chart, you see Beijing is on the top right now, has the highest revenue. Chiang Mai has the lowest revenue. We forgot to change the name of the worksheet. We name the worksheet here, sale. Move the worksheet to the right, next to the sale revenue trend, like this. Okay, that's all. The next pivot table and chart that we are going to create for sale revenue by product. The procedure to create a pivot table is similar to what we have done before. Let me show you. Click on the worksheet order 2019 and then click on the insert tab, and you see the pivot table on the top left corner. Here, click on the pivot table and the program Microsoft Excel will get the table automatically. You don't need to change anything. You see sale 2019 table is already here, and click on the OK button and you will have the new worksheet like this, and then rename the worksheet sale revenue by product. Right here you see we have the new worksheet named sale revenue by products. Now we are going to add pivot table field in a blank pivot table. As you can see on the right side, we need to drag pivot table field down below. Products, revenue, sale branch. Okay, you can see on the right side, drag the field products to row area and sale and revenue to the value area. We make a filter by branch like this. This is a filter. Now the value in the filter is all. That means all branches, and the value of the sum of revenue get from all branches. You can make a specific branch. For example, I click London. That means the sum of revenue come from London branch. You can see in this moment I will choose all. That means all of these products, the sum of revenue that company get from all branch and headquarter. We're gonna change the column header from row label to products. And you can see the value of sum of revenue is not sorted. We are going to sort this value from the largest to smallest. Click on any value in the sum of revenue column and right click, go to value field setting menu, and then click on the number format button. Click on the number, click use separator or comma. We don't need to have decimal point number. Set the decimal place to be 0. Click OK, and then click OK button again. You can see what happened here. And then we gonna create pivot chart. Click on the pivot table, and then under the Analyze tab, click on pivot chart tool. What type of pivot chart we gonna have? If you see the slide, now we are at the slide page number 59. You can see we will select bar chart, bar, and click OK. And you can see we don't need to have button on the chart. Click on button, right click, and then select hide or fill button on chart. We're gonna format the bar chart. Click on the plus sign button at the upper right corner axis, and then we need only primary vertical and we don't need primary horizontal to see what happened. And then we don't need legend, you see what happened, and grid line. We need data label, and I think by default is outside in. Okay, and then we will change the chart title to be sale revenue by products for 2019. We're gonna source the value in the sum of revenue column from largest to smallest. Click on the value in the sum of revenue column and then right click and go to the menu source and select source largest to smallest. In the pivot table, you can see the decision card has the largest value in the sum of revenue column, and the last product, hand wrap, has the smallest value. But in the bar chart shows the opposite order. We are going to reverse the order. Right click on the product axis or Y axis and then select on format axis. Click on the checkbox category in reverse order. You see the result, what happened in the bar chart. Okay, the last but not least, you see we would like to increase the width of the bar. It seems to be narrow or small. Click on the bar, right click, select format data series. You can see the cap width. What does it mean, cap width? Cap width is here. We need to decrease the value in order to increase the width of the bar. Okay. Now we are at the page number 65. We have two questions that we should answer. Which product gives the lowest revenue? And the second question, which product gives the highest revenue? You can see which one, Shinkas, gives the highest revenue and hand wrap gives the lowest revenue. By using the bar chart, you can easily get the answer. The pivot table and chart that we're gonna create is for sale quantity by product. Similar to what we have done before, we start to create a pivot table. Let me show you how to do that. I move this worksheet to the right next to the sale revenue by branch, and then I click the order 2019. This is the table of the sort data. Click on the insert menu and then click on the pivot table tool. Here the Microsoft Excel program will get the table sale 2019 automatically. You don't need to change anything. Just and then click on the OK button and you will get the new worksheet. And now we're gonna change the name of the new worksheet or rename the worksheet. Sale, I think revenue, quantity, sale quantity, sorry, quantity by product, right? Sale quantity by product. And then I move the worksheet to the right next to the sale revenue by product. This worksheet name sale quantity by product. And then you see there is no any data in the pivot table. That means we get a blank pivot table. And now we gonna add the pivot table field and go to the slide. You can see we need to add 3 pivot table field, product quantity and sale branch, and drag this field down below. Product, I will drag the products to row area, sorry. And then quantity should be the value area. And I make a filter by branch. Drag the cell branch to the filter area, you see. And then I will rename the column header to be products here. Next, I'm gonna format the value in the sum of quantity column. Click on any value in this column and then right click, go to value field setting menu, click on the number format button and click on the number, tick use separator, and then we don't need to have decimal point number. That means we set the decimal place to be 0. Click OK and click OK button again. You can see what happened here. Now we're gonna create a pivot chart from this pivot table. Click on any cell in the pivot table and then click on pivot chart tool here under Analyze tab. And we're gonna select pie chart. Click OK. And then we don't want to have the button on the chart. Right click on the button and go to hide or fill button on chart menu. We're gonna format the bar chart. Click on the plus sign button at the upper right corner. And then I will untick legend and click on data label and then select, I think, data call out like this. I will increase the space of the bar chart. Click on the chart title. I want to change the chart title to be cell quantity by product for 2019. After we get the pie chart, we can answer these two questions. What kind of product did people buy the most? And what kind of product did people buy the least? You can see in the pie chart, the Muay Thai shot has the largest area, 30%. That means the number of products that people bought in 2019 the most. And for belly pads is the least. Using the pie chart, you can easily answer these two questions. The pivot table and chart that I'm gonna create is for sale quantity by product size. Similar to what we have done before. You start to create a pivot table. Let me show you how to do that. Click on the order 2019. This worksheet contains the sort data, and then under the insert menu, click on the pivot table and click on OK. Before clicking on OK, please ensure that you have the table cell 2019 like this. Click OK, and then the Microsoft Excel program will create a new worksheet. Here, rename the worksheet cell quantity by size. Product size. You can see there is no data in the pivot table. You need to select pivot table field in order to create the data inside the pivot table. And then we can see now we are at the page number 84. You can see there are 4 pivot table field: product, size, quantity, and sale branch. We're gonna drag this field down below. Drag the product into the row area and then drag the size into the row area as well, and drag the quantity into the value, and then we will filter by cell branch. Drag the cell branch into the filter area, and you can see the result on the left hand side. Double click on the header of the first column. We are going to rename this column header products size, and then we will format the value in the sum of quantity column. Click on any value in this column and then right click, go to the value field setting menu, click on the number format button. Like we did before, click on the number. We need separator or comma, and we don't need decimal point number and set decimal place to be 0. Okay, and then okay again. That's all. We are going to create a pivot chart. Click on the pivot table and then go to analyze tab. Click on the pivot chart. What kind of chart we are going to create? According to slide, we are going to create column chart here and then click OK. We need to hide the button on the chart. Right click on the button and hide all field button on the chart. We will configure the parameter of pivot table and then change the title name as sales revenue by product size for 2019. And then we are going to set up the chart element. Click on the plus sign button and then we remove, we untick guideline, legend, or we need guideline. Okay, and then we need data label. Okay, and then okay, we will untick primary vertical. Okay, and then we click on the number over the vertical bar, and then I think I will reduce the size like this. You can see it clearly. And now we are going to source the value from largest to smallest. Click on the value in the sum of quantity column. Right click, and you can see source menu. Click on the source menu and choose source largest to smallest. We are going to adjust the gap width of the bar. You see the gap width of the bar. Click on the bar and right click and go to format data series. Reduce the size of gap width. You see what happened when you reduce the size of gap width, you will increase the width of the bar. Okay, that's all. That's save it. And now you can answer the question. There are two questions that you should answer. What size of boxing glove did people buy the most, and what size of boxing glove did people buy the least? And look at the boxing glove. Where is boxing glove? Here, as you can see, 14 size of the boxing glove people bought the most in 2019, but the size 16 people bought the least in 2019. The pivot table and chart that I'm gonna create is for sale quantity by product color. It's like what we have done before. We start to create a pivot table. Okay, before we do that, I will move this worksheet to the right next to the sale quantity by product like this, and then click on the worksheet order 2019. This worksheet contains the sort data in a table form, and then click on the insert menu. You can see the pivot table tool. Click on pivot table tool and then make sure that the table is cell 2019. Click on the OK button. You can see the blank pivot table. There is no any data in the pivot table. You need to set up pivot table field in order to have the data in the pivot table. Okay, I will go to the slide. Oh, sorry, we forgot to rename the worksheet. Okay, let me rename the worksheet. Cell quantity by color. Enter. And move this worksheet to the right next to the cell quantity by size. What pivot table field that we are going to use in this pivot table? Product color, quantity, and sale branch. Drag the product into the row area and drag the color into the row area and drag the quantity into the value area and drag the sale branch into the filter. Now we will rename the column header. We're gonna format the number of the sum of quantity column. Click on any data in the sum of quantity columns and then right click and then go to value field setting menu. You can see the dialog box. Click on the number format button. Click on the number and pick use separator, and we don't need to have decimal point number. Set the decimal place to be 0. Click OK button. Click OK, and then you can see the result. We are going to create a pivot chart from the pivot table. Click on the pivot table and then under the Analyze tab, you can see pivot chart. Click on the pivot chart tool. We select columns and then click OK. Like we did before, we gonna hide the all button on the chart. Right click one of these button and then go to the menu, hide all fill button on chart. Click on the chart and then you can see the plus sign button. Click here. We gonna change the chart elements. I think we gonna remove legend. We need grid line. We need data label here. Okay, and then vertical. Untick primary vertical. Okay, that's all. Resize to become larger. And then click on the number over the vertical bar, home, and then reduce the font size to be smaller. Okay, and then change the chart title, sale quantity by production for 2019. Now we are going to increase the width of the bar. You can see it's very narrow. You want to increase, you want to make it larger. Click on the bar and right click, go to format data series, and you need to reduce the gap width in order to increase the width of the bar. When you reduce the gap width, that means you increase the width of the bar, and the width of the bar become larger. Now you can answer the question. There are two interesting questions. Which color of the boxing glove did people buy the most? And which color of the boxing glove did people buy the least? Look at the boxing glove here. Okay, we need to source the value from largest to smallest. Click on any value in the sum of quantity column. Right click and source menu. Choose source largest to smallest. Okay, go to boxing glove. You can see on the left side is the largest value, but on the right side in the boxing glove is the lowest value. Now you can answer. In 2019, you see which color people bought the most. It's red, right? And which color people bought the least? Blue color, right? Now you can answer. Now it's time to create a dashboard by pivot chart. First of all, you must create a new worksheet by clicking on the plus sign icon at the bottom and then set the worksheet name as dashboard. Set the background color of the dashboard worksheet with gray color. Select all cells in the worksheet by pressing the following key, Ctrl and A key on the keyboard. That means you select all cells in the worksheet. Click on the theme color here and choose the gray color. Now you need to copy and paste all pivot chart into the dashboard worksheet by using Ctrl C and Ctrl V respectively. Go to the sales revenue trend and click on pivot chart, right click and then copy, go to the dashboard worksheet. Reduce the size, okay, and then copy sales revenue by branch, make copy and paste here. And then go to the sales revenue by products. Oh, sorry. Control C and Control V. Sales quantity by product. Control C and Control V. And then go to sales quantity by size. Make a copy of Control C, Control V. Okay, we want to reduce the font size, be smaller. Okay, and then the last pivot chart, make a copy and paste in dashboard. Okay, we are going to put the name of the dashboard, sale dashboard. Bigger, and then make a font size like this. We change the font family to Times New Roman to make a font a bit sharper, and then I will write down the company name, Muay Thai Equipment Company Limited. I copy the format, click on the format panel. We need the color, font color, and make font thicker. And then we need to put the logo. Save and go to Chrome web browser, Muay Thai logo, and see the image. And look for Muay Thai logo as to like. I think I like here, Muay Thai. Here, make a copy and go to photop.com and click on new project. Wait, and then paste that you have a copy just now, and I think I need the third logo. Is I like the third logo. Okay, and then you need to select the third logo like this, and then go to the image menu, crop what you selected here, and then you need to make the image to be transparent or no transparent. Use magic wand tool. Okay, and then select inverse. Okay, because we want to select Muay Thai logo, we don't want to select background. And as you learned before, there are two methods that you can remove the background. I will use the second method by using this one, add raster mask. You can see, and then click File, Save First as PSD, and then I export this project to PNG type. because I want the image to be transparent. Save. And now go to the folder that contain the file you have just created. Contain your image. Wait for a second, a few seconds. Here, copy. I will place here in the desktop. Okay, I rename to logo. And then I think I can move here to, no, it's not possible. Click on insert. Click on the picture tool. Go to the desktop. Click here. And then resize the image to be smaller. Okay, and then save. We are at the page number 120. We need to add slicer in order to make your dashboard more interactive. Okay, you see how we can get the slicer. Insert menu, and you can see the tool slicer. We need to select pivot chart first and click on slicer. In 120, you see for we need products and sale brands to be your slicer, product and sale brands like this. Okay, you see sale brands here, product should be here. Okay, now we are at the page number 122. For the sale brand, we need to make a report connection or accept sale revenue by branch. Like this, I click here and you can see report connection and select all pivot chart except sale revenue by branch. Okay, for the product, you need to make report connection with all pivot chart except sale revenue by product. Right click here and then report connection, select all pivot chart and then accept sale revenue by products here, and also sale quantity by product. Sorry, in 123 you can see there are two pivot chart unticked. Okay, that's all. If you click, sorry, if you click boxing glove, you see what happened. Only the data related to boxing glove appear, and you can see it's clear. I select all products and then I choose Trang headquarter. The data related to Trang appear in the pivot chart here. You see, if I want to select all, I need to click this icon on the top right corner. And now we are at the page number 125. We can lock the pivot chart to not move when the sale size are changed, and select all pivot chart and also slicer like this, and then go to the format and click on this icon in the side, and you can see property and select don't move on side with sale. Okay, let's close it. We are at the page number 127. We can change the color in the bar chart. You see, right click on the bar and we can select. I think we need to click again. Click only one bar and change the color like this. Then select the color as you like. Okay, like this. And then save. Now it's time to upload your dashboard file into Microsoft Office 365. You know that Microsoft Office now has the version in online, Office 365. That means you can use Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, and Microsoft PowerPoint in online by Office 365. Our university also provide this service for students, of course, for free. You need to use your PXU passport in following format. Your student ID followed by at email.pxu.ac.th. To open Office 365 website is very simple. Type www.office.com and make a copy and go to Chrome, enter. Okay, I already signed in. Okay, I will show you. I log out first, sign out. One more time, office.com, and click on the sign in on the top right corner and click here. And we need to put the password. Sign. Okay, you see, and go to the OneDrive here, and then click on new folder. I think the name of the folder annual sale performance 2019. Make a copy. And then click on create button, double click, and now it's time to drag your file that contain your dashboard in your computer and drop it in this folder. Your file, I think is here. It's not backup version, it's here. Drag and drop. Okay, now you can see online dashboard. Double click on the file. Now you can see dashboard in online. That means you don't need to bring any flash drive or handy drive that store your dashboard file. Interesting question. We already answered all of this question previously. Now you have finished the annual sale report and you are ready to present the annual sale performance to your boss. Thank you for watching.